Well, hey neighbors, welcome to the shed shop. I just noticed my mustache looks a little funny. In this edition, I'm gonna install the top end on the stihl ms200t for neighbor Ace, because I know he's gonna buy this saw for $1,200. Okay, neighbors, that's all. It's no big deal. It's only the holy grail of arborist chainsaws. Okay, real quick, we measured the squish. I damn done forgot already what it was, neighbors, but I know it was good. The ring gap's only 0.012. There was no base gasket on this saw, and they did come with a base gasket originally. I made sure I knew I had a stack of 200 base gaskets that I had stuffed away, and I was like, I haven't worked on one in 10 years, but I was like, yeah, that's not one of the saw Stihls did Permatex on, or Durco. So our ring gap is only, like, right now, 0.012. It's actually really technically 0.015 or 0.0115, because 0.012 is really, really tight in there. And so I am going to break this saw in just like I put brand new rings in it, or it's a brand new top end, because I feel like it is either a brand new top end or it was a brand new saw and never really got ran much. The guy I got it from is coming over tomorrow, hopefully, and I've got to verify the story, because I just got to, my memory's terrible, and I got to know, I got to remember. I know the saw's got some bad blood with it, and that basically that's why I got a good deal on it, and the shed shop needs it. I desperately need something I can make a good chunk of money on right now, and I don't have to put a ton of money into this saw. I've got to do the AV mounts. 2 were bad, and so I'm just going to go ahead and replace the third since I have it in stock. And I'm trying to decide. I ordered Chinese for the front one, this one here. I ordered Chinese for that one, because the only one I saw online is like $32, and I could get 3 aftermarkets, and I figure even if you have to replace them twice as much, it's still cheaper than the OEM. And that's a very easy one to replace. It's so very easy. You don't have to take nothing off except AV mount. So it's one screw, and then you unscrew it from the chassis. And so I'm just going to include an extra one, and probably even both of the Chinese AV mounts. Or I might break down and say, damn it, I got to spend the $30 on an OEM. But it depends on if Ace is going to pay $1,200 or not. He really doesn't want to pay it. I said, I'll give you a great deal. I'll give you $1,199 and 1 penny. And Ace said, nah, that's okay. He's going to buy the saw for $1,199 and 1 penny. And then he's going to do some port work for me, and I'm going to give him another 99 cents off. Okay, neighbors? That's all we're going to do. He's going to be my porting guy, hopefully. He's a busy guy, I'm sure, but maybe once in a while we can send a ported saw out of this tiny damn shed. That would be amazing. Okay, so I'm going to turn you down to the bench, and we're going to install the top end. Okay, neighbors. Apparently my camera is in what's called super steady mode. I've taken it out. I don't know why my camera settings constantly change. But I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, I got my flywheel. It's trying to steal my clip for my piston wrist pin. There we go. Okay, so basically where we're going to start, we've got our grease, our 2-stroke oil. Okay, we've got our gasket maker. Okay, I'm using gray Permatex. I don't know how you feel about gray Permatex, Ace. It's probably not what you use, but I heard of a lot of guys using this recently, and I found a really good deal on a whole bunch of it, and it's been working great for me. Okay, so I don't know how you feel about it on your $1,199 and 1 penny saw, but that's what I'm using, neighbor. You're going to port it anyways. Who cares? You're going to take it all off. I'm so sorry that I'm making you scrape gasket maker, but just in case you don't want to pay $1,199 and 1 penny for this saw, I've got to do it like somebody that's not going to port it. Okay, neighbor? That's all. So sorry. All right, so we're going to grease our bearing here. A little grease inside, okay, because this doesn't have a grease point on it. Take you a good clean screwdriver. Just spread that around in there, okay, neighbor? Not hard, okay? Put that in there. Oh, I usually like to do inside here too with just a little bit, okay? You don't want to use too much inside your motor, but we want to have enough to give our bearing a good life. Okay, put that in. Next, I got a little bit of grease on my wrist pin. I'm going to add a little bit more just to make it easier to slide through. Okay, neighbors? All right, on this saw, I always got to be extra careful on top end saws, okay? And so basically, this is your saw, okay? Your intake has to face up like that, okay? And so your arrow has to be facing down. So essentially, when I turn the saw like this, my arrow on my piston has to face me. Okay, just like that. It's going to face the exhaust side. All right, we're going to slide our piston over. I usually start my wrist pin, actually. Sorry. I'll just push it in enough to where it's just shy of flush with air. All right. And then you just look through your other side, get it lined up. Look through your other side, get it close. Chainsaw Redeemer struggling. There we go, neighbors. All right, I don't have a little 8mm drift, but my scrunch works perfect. You just got to be very careful. And I forgot to clean it off. There we go. Okay, next I got to put my clip in. Now listen, neighbors, I don't have the 8mm specialty tool. So I'm going to pause you while I do this because I know I'm going to struggle with it because of my shaky hands and arthritis. All right, so I got my clip in, but the thing is, neighbors, there's a general rule of thumb that you put your opening of these C-clips down, facing down. It's just a general thing that I hear guys do. Some of the service manuals say to face it that way. Some of them don't say anything about it at all. And so, hey, neighbor Ace, when you port your saw, if you want to turn that, neighbor, I fought with it for about 15 minutes. The opening is only about 70% toward the bottom. If you want to change it, the guy didn't put his at the bottom either, whoever put the top end on. I don't know that I can give you an answer as to why they say to do it that way, but it is what it is. Okay, so now that we've got that on, I'm going to go ahead and put our rings in. I've got to take the one out of the top end here for when we measured ring gap. Okay. You guys can see I've done this in other videos. You got to watch the pin for your opening right there, for your grooved opening of your ring, okay? It's got to go the right way. So we'll put the bottom one in first, and you can spread these rings pretty good. This is OEM, and so I can just literally spread this enough to where I can walk it right over my top gap. Okay, and there's that ring. That one's good. And then the second one, we'll just spread it open. Okay. Got to be careful. You don't want to scratch the heck out of your piston. Those surface scratches won't hurt nothing, but you still don't like to cause them unless you have to. Okay, just checking the top edge of this, making sure there's no burrs or nothing. It's good. It feels good to me. I cleaned it up just a teeny tiny wincy bit when I did the heart. Okay. I'm just always rechecking anything that looks like scratches. It's just from dust, but I know the camera, when I look at them on the camera, I'm like, wow, that looks like that thing's gouged out. So there you go. It looks real good. There's your skirt side. Okay, this thing is just not even, to me, it doesn't even seem broken in all the way. It really doesn't. I don't know. All right, so now that we got that part done, we can go ahead and do our Permatex. You just need a thin coat. You don't need a lot. Thin coat on each surface. We really don't need a lot. Okay. Okay, so I got my Permatex on. I had to clean my surface a little bit. I didn't like it, and I can't find my right ring compressor. So I'm using one that's a little oversized, or a little undersized. But next thing we want to do is, neighbors, you don't need a lot. I just like to put a little bit. Some guys don't even do this. I just like to put a little bit of two-stroke to help things go in easy. But you don't want to get this oil on your Permatex. You'll ruin your seal. Trust me, I've done it. Just a drop of this can cause a channel, just enough, an open channel in your Permatex not to seal properly. You don't want that. So you want a thin coat. You want it so thin that it can't run down in your top end either. Because I've also made that mistake. Okay, that's it, neighbors. Not a lot. Okay, not a lot. All right, now just take this, and I do have what's called a piston block, but since we have Permatex, we can't use it. So you just kind of hold your piston still. I've got a couple of things I can rest on here, which is nice. I thought this this ring compressor would actually hold the rings tighter than it is, so I got to turn it around here. Whoops. Did you dirty? I slammed your damn crankshaft arm against your case. How could I? Okay, these top ends, I always got to look at them over and over because I don't do them every day like other stuff. Okay, why aren't we going? Bear with me, neighbors. Maybe I'm nervous because this is a $1,200 saw. A little bit nervous. It just feels like my ring compressor is getting caught. It is. That's what's happening. Damn it. Damn Chinese. I have so many of these things and they're not even all on my bench. That's the crazy thing. It's just easier for me, guys. You don't have to do it this way. You can use a screwdriver. But I am like, I cannot afford to mess this saw up. If I mess this saw up, the shed shop is ruined. I paid a lot of money for this saw. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do it with this. Plus, it's hitting my Permatex too much. Going to have to do it the hard way. I just feel like something's not right. I don't know. Trying to make sure I have everything faced the right way. Struggling, neighbors. Struggling real bad, neighbors. Damn. No, I can't get it. I don't know why. I'm shaking real bad. I've messed up my Permatex. Yeah, I'm running out of time. This Permatex is setting. Okay, let's try one more time. And then if I don't get it, I'm going to have to, unfortunately, go backwards. Don't know why I can't see, damn it. Damn it. Got Permatex on my damn ring. Nope, something doesn't seem right. Fuck. I never had this much fucking struggle getting a fucking top end on. Never. Something don't seem right. There's my exhaust. That's my exhaust. That's correct. That is correct. It's faced the right way. It's correct. Yeah, see, I'm getting fucking Permatex in my top end. I've never seen this before. And I'm out of time. I'm gonna have to go clean all this back the fuck over again. This is frustrating. I've got one last try. This is all I've got, neighbors. I've only got one more shot. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. Fuck. Fuck me. Should be simple. This should be a simple fucking job. Unreal. What the fuck? Why won't you go, you son of a bitch? Come on. What is the fucking problem here? I've never had this many fucking problems getting a ring to go in. I don't understand. Getting fucking Permatex all over everything. Come on, you cock fucking bag. Fuck. What is the fucking problem? Something's off here. Something ain't right. This ring shouldn't be this difficult, man. I mean, it is just refusing. I don't even think my Permatex is going to be good. It took way too long, and now I've got fucking Permatex on my rings that I got to sit here and try and get out. That is right, man. That is how it goes. Okay, neighbors, I had some struggles there. I've had to redo my Permatex a little bit. And then I did get a little bit of Permatex on my rings, which I don't love. And so what I like to do, if that happens, I mean, it will burn off, neighbors. It's not the end of the world. If you get a little Permatex, a little is okay, neighbors. A lot is not. I've also lost my Permatex cap. So I'll have to find that. But what I like to do is I like to take a Q-tip, and you can use car parts cleaner, brake parts cleaner, or rubbing alcohol to get that Permatex while it's still wet. And you can just go in there and you can just clean it off, okay? That way you just don't have any extra burn up stuff inside your motor. And I'll just go inside here. I'll look, see if any stuck to my cylinder wall anywhere, okay? I'll get what I can exposed on my rings on my backside as well. And I'll just clean that Permatex off because I just don't personally like it being in there. But I really did struggle on this one. I don't know why I struggled so much to get this top end on. I haven't done one in a long time. I can't recall if I had issues with it or if there's a trick the way the ring's set. I've checked it 100 times to make sure my piston's facing the right way. And I'll check it even like 10 more times before I'm done. Okay. I like it. I think we've gotten it all. Okay, I'm happy with it. I think I got it all out. I like it. It looks good. Well, I see a little bit more actually. Let me get another Q-tip. I said in the last video, I just worked on a 192T. It's got a 37 millimeter bore. The 200T neighbors is a 40 millimeter bore. I'm so sorry about that. Not 37. Chainsaw Redeemer did you dirty, but not remembering my facts. Okay, I think my Permatex will be okay. I was a little nervous that I didn't get them seated together fast enough, but feeling it, its tackiness, I think they would have sealed together okay. But we'll vacuum pressure test it tomorrow to make sure. Or I'm sorry, Sunday, because it's my night off. Again, neighbors, I'm just looking to make sure I got all the Permatex out. That I didn't get much in there, but I just don't, I'm not the guy that wants to leave it. I'm pretty sure we got it all. We'll clean the little speckles off to make sure Ace is getting his $1,200 worth. He doesn't want to pay me $1,199, you guys, and a penny. What do you think this saw's worth, neighbors? What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. What's the ms200t fully gone through with basically a brand new top end on it, OEM steel top end, or very lightly used? We'll get the story verified tomorrow. But until next time, neighbors, please smash the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and stay tuned for all the great upcoming stories, content, educational videos, and me just being an idiot going crazy on the internet. Okay? Until next time, be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle, neighbors.